I'm proud of our guys, how we competed tonight, continued to battle for 4 quarters. Really, not tonight. I'm really proud of our guys for everything they've gone through this season. Go play an 11-game SEC schedule has never been done before. To go through all the adversity we've had to face throughout the year, starting back to the day we're supposed to start spring practice to get pulled off the field, to all the questions and the doubts all through the summer if there's going to be a season, to starting the season and having to shut it down after 3 weeks, to coming back and going through week after week after week, not knowing until Friday morning if you're even going to play a game, to show up and compete every single week. I'm really proud of our guys and everything that they did and how they held themselves and played at a high level. And you never stop competing till the clock hits zero.
Edgar.
I mean, Dan, no such thing as moral victories, I know, but what do you guys take away from just the way the team rallied? I mean, the first half, things were going south pretty badly, and just about what character did you guys show tonight?
Well, I mean, I thought we showed a lot of character tonight. Like I said, I mean, we'll talk about competing as a team. We're always going to compete. We're always going to battle, always going to fight and play for 4 quarters. That was an excellent football team we played tonight. A lot of talented players on their team. Give them credit. I mean, that's why they're ranked the number 1 team in the country, deservedly so. And but it is, it showed the character that our guys have. But they've shown that this entire season for everything that we've been through.
I've got audio on mine.
So, in terms of the defense, I mean, what's your just assessment? I mean, that you played the best offense in the SEC here, but first half particularly, I mean, 5 possessions, 5 scores.
Yeah, but I think 4 of them were stops, and they got first downs on penalties, or they got a third down penalties early. I think we made some mistakes. You're coming into this game, and there's things you got to have to do to win. Win the turnover battle. We didn't do that. We made a bunch of mental mistakes that really hurt ourselves on defensively in the first half on third down with opportunities to get off the field, and we have some penalties and not get off the field. Give up that drive at the end of the first half. All that's disappointing, obviously, but our guys continued to battle all the way to the end. Right, that stop there at the end was, they gritted it up and got a stop to give the offense ball one more time.
Thanks, man.
Gene.
Dan. Could you just talk about what you think this game, very emotional game, but coming back against the number 1 team in the country, will do for the trajectory of your program moving forward in terms of the message it sends about your program?
Well, I think our guys now. We got some young guys that have been here, and they're going to be hungry to get back here. That's the goal, to get here to this game and go compete. Usually you're looking at every year this game. The best teams in the country are playing each other in this game, and so to be here. Was great for our guys. Obviously, we want a lot more than just getting here and showing up, but I mean, that's what we control, and our focus is going to be getting here again next year and then competing and to win this game. And I think that'll help, and that'll have great focus for us going into the offseason.
Thank you.
River.
Hi, Coach. On that final touchdown there, Kyle Pitts had a fantastic catch in the corner of the end zone. You've had a lot of weapons over the course of the year. Can you talk a little bit about Kyle Pitts now that his season is over and that possibly he might not be coming back next year and what he's done for the program this year?
Well, I think he's shown he's the best tight end in college football, he's a dynamic playmaker all over the field. And, you can play him inside, play him outside, a great blocker. And I think he's a guy that obviously I think has worked his tail off to put himself in the position he's in, And he's a great young guy. I mean, worked his tail off to even be able to play today, and then come out and had a huge game. But I mean, he's a great high character young guy, great leader in the locker room, always and a tremendous worker. And I think his drive shows out there on the field with where his performance has gotten to.
Thank you, Coach.
Cassidy.
Hey, Dan, two quick things. Just first, after that Kyle Pitts touchdown, can you just kind of take us through the thought process of the timeout?
Yeah,
and
that was bad. That was bad clock management on my part. We should have had Baddock ready to go for two. And our thought, though, is we're going for two right there. We're going to try the onside kick. We're here to win. And it would have given us two 2-point conversions at it, so if we didn't get the first one, we'd have to get the second one to tie. And if we got the first one, all we needed there was an extra point to win the game at the end. So that was kind of the thought process to go for two. And then that's a bad job by me. We had to use that timeout there. Would have loved to have that timeout and given us an extra 40 seconds with the ball to try to get the game-winning touchdown.
And then the second thing, just kind of following up on what Gene was talking about, you've shown that you can get here and that you can hang with Alabama. What's the next step, the next building block to the program winning this?
Yeah, we got to get a little better up front on both sides of the ball, I think. Our guys play hard. We got to be able, you look, they're a little more physical, I think, at the line of scrimmage than we were, So we got to get a little bit better up front. Get back here and get another shot at them next year. Or whoever is here from the West. I don't want to, you guys all freak out. I'd just trash talk to everybody else on that side of the league, I want to get back here and take a shot at whoever comes from the West next year.
Nick.
I was going to ask about that, but can you just Kadarius Toney, the strides he's made this season? He had another monster game today, and just the effort he's put out the last 2 weeks. Is that kind of a representation of the kind of person he is?
Yeah, I mean, he is. He's an awesome young guy. Came here and, you get to know him, and it's not all. And he's probably not the easiest person in the world to get to know at first, but once you get to know him, he's a tremendous, unbelievable man. I mean, his work ethic, his competitive nature, his desire to be great. And that shows out there, in everything. He's a great route runner, got tremendous hands, has learned to have a great feel for the game on how to get open. You can hand it to him out of the backfield. Heck, he's got an unbelievable arm. You could go blind him up a quarterback. So, he has a very, very bright future ahead of him in the game of football.
And what was the mood in the locker room? What was your message to the team after the disappointing loss?
You know what? I think everybody's extremely disappointed. We wanted to win the game, expected to win the game. A little bit somber because I know, it's probably the last time this team ever plays together. And, that's a tough deal. So, but I think there was a lot of guys that really care about each other. And have really worked hard to get here to this point. So I know there's a great deal of disappointment in the locker room, but there's also a lot of respect for everything that everybody on this team went through and did for this year, and there's a lot of love for the guys and the family that this team is.
You think will you guys turn down a bowl game? You said this will be the last time they play together?
No, I have no idea. We just played this game, so. I know you want to go run with everything, and you guys like to blow things way out of proportion and everything. But that was really the last time this team will play together. Okay, I imagine whatever the future holds. I imagine that this team as a whole of how it is will be the last one to play together. You guys, I know you want to run and make stuff up all the time, so go do that if you want. But
Close with Edgar.
Hey, Dan, how do you just process a loss like this personally? I mean, you have to be drained right now. Emotionally, physically. I mean, that was a roller coaster.
Well, I'll be honest with you. This season's been emotionally draining. Emotional. Hard to say teams have gone through what we've gone through. Right? I think that was our 8th consecutive SEC game. It's amazing the emotional and physical toll that takes on your body for the players. You know, coaches, we'll be fine. We'll get back to work tomorrow and get this program headed back in the right direction. Not in the right direction. I think we're headed in the right direction. Get this program back to getting on path to trying to get here again next year to compete for championships. I think you guys know that when I say, you know, I want to be a great program that competes for championships on a consistent basis, and we want to do that. So, but I do know for our players this season has been a massive emotional and physical tolls that I'll be honest, I don't know anybody else in the country's been through. I don't know anybody who's played 8 consecutive SEC games right now. I don't know anybody's played 8 consecutive conference games. So I'm really proud of our guys for their commitment and desire to battle and fight.
I mean, when you're thinking about this, which you'll do endlessly, I'm sure, and replaying it, what's going to stand out? What are you going to replay and focus on there?
Well, I mean, there's a lot, you know. I mean, hey, the little mistakes we made, you know, during the game. How do we get that stuff fixed? How do I make sure, you know, that we're not making the little errors in the game that cost us the game?
Nice performance. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Go Gators. Merry Christmas, everybody.
This video was brought to you by the Alabama Department of Labor. Visit your local career center today to learn about our on-the-job training program for employees and employers.